2017 was the year where US President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un hurled heated remarks at each other. But the two seem to have made up and will meet on June 12th in Singapore. Here's a look back at their on-again, off-again relationship.
He was a young man of 26 or 27 when he took over from his father, when his father died. And at a very young age, he was able to assume power. A lot of people, I'm sure, tried to take that power away, whether it was his uncle or anybody else. And he was able to do it. So obviously, he's a pretty smart cookie.
In an interview with Bloomberg, Trump said he would not rule out meeting Kim and would be honored to do it, despite weeks of tough talk against the regime. North Korea conducts an intercontinental ballistic missile test launch on US Independence Day, July 4th. And Trump retaliates with this tweet. Trump warns that any threat by North Korea to the US will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. Hours later, North Korea threatened strikes near US strategic military installations in Guam with its intermediate-range ballistic missiles. Kim blasts Trump as a mentally deranged US dotard who will pay dearly for threatening to destroy North Korea. Trump responds with this tweet. The name-calling continues, with Trump referring to Kim as Little Rocket Man and Kim calling Trump an old lunatic. The icy relations continue. North Korea launches Hwasong-15, its third intercontinental ballistic missile test. Things have started to change this year, amid an apparent shift in North Korea's foreign policy. Kim uses his televised New Year's Day speech to call for lower military tensions on the Korean peninsula. He also emphasizes that nuclear weapons will be used only if security is threatened. Trump adds that he too has a button on his desk. South Korean envoys who met Kim released a statement saying that the North side clearly stated its willingness to denuclearize.
We will convey our President Moon Jae-in's wish to bring about the denuclearization of the Korean peninsula and permanent peace.
Trump accepts Kim's invitation to meet. Kim makes a surprise visit to Beijing to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping in what is widely seen to be a move that strengthens his leverage ahead of negotiations with Trump. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo meets Kim in Pyongyang and covers the basic outlines and ground rules for a Trump-Kim meeting. North Korea says it has agreed to suspend nuclear tests and plans to close its nuclear test site. A historic meeting between South Korean President Moon Jae-in and Kim takes place. They announce their common goal of denuclearization on the Korean peninsula. Pompeo goes to Pyongyang again to make arrangements for the summit. He returns to the US with 3 Americans who had been detained. Trump announces he will meet Kim in Singapore on June 12th. North Korea calls the summit into question. Pyongyang also cancels its talks with Seoul, denouncing the Max Thunder joint military exercises being held between the US and the South as a provocation. Hours later, the North threatens to cancel the summit should Washington continue to push Pyongyang into giving up its nuclear arsenal. Pyongyang demolishes its nuclear test site with a huge explosion. Trump calls off the planned summit. In a letter to Kim, Trump said he would not attend the summit due to tremendous anger and open hostility displayed in Kim's most recent statement.
Therefore, please let this letter serve to represent that the Singapore summit, for the good of both parties, but to the detriment of the world, will not take place.
Trump says US officials are in talks with North Korea after the North's very nice statement less than 24 hours after Trump canceled the highly anticipated meeting. Moon and Kim meet for 2 hours at a second Inter-Korea summit to discuss Kim's possible upcoming meeting with Trump. Trump announces that the June 12th summit has not changed. US and North Korean officials meet at a border truce village as preparations resume. Senior North Korean official Kim Yong-chol hand-delivers a letter from Kim to Trump. Trump announces that the summit is back on.